Hello, let's do Wordle for Wednesday, March 4th. Yesterday we spun the wheel and it said to start with pizza, the ultimate starting word. So we're lucky today. All right, so we learned something very interesting about Z, which is that not only is there not one Z, there's also not two Z's. All right. STRLN are still available. Common letters. Obviously, we probably want to use an E at some point. Let's just go with stern today. A nice follow-up. E is in the middle. That's lucky. We have a T somewhere. I'm not sure where. I kind of want to do like a THE, but I'm not sure if that's the best way to go. We still have L as a common letter. Second tier, we can, P is gone, but we could do C. H is a good second tier letter as well. So, I'm thinking LE and then a T at the end might be better. I could do elect. When you know there's one E, checking for a second E is actually a great idea. So we're going to do elect here. All right, so we learned that there is exactly one E. There is not more than one. And I was right about the T placement, not about the L. What are we putting between the E and the T? We could put another vowel. It can't be double E, though. So EOT, EUT, I don't think so. So not another vowel. FT, like theft. We could try repeating the T. The T and the E are both good ones to try repeats if you know that there's one already. And also, if the answer is theft, then it's good to guess theft. All right. Cool. I tried the wrong double letter, but that's okay. Let's, before we do anything else, let's spin the members wheel and see what tomorrow's starting word will be. All right. We've got snowy, suggested by Sonalita. So if you would like to play along, tomorrow we will be starting with snowy. All right, well, let's do some analysis, see how we did today. So the answer was theft, and we started with pizza. Now, I was emailed a proper pizza analysis. Let me just load that up from my email here. Any day now. Okay. Pizza. There it is. Pizza analysis. Hard mode. All right, so it suggests snort as the follow-up. So this isn't given enough time to analyze something like pizza, but apparently snort is the best follow-up. Now, I did not do snort. I did stern. Stern is not here. Interesting. Stern is not in the list, so I'm not sure why stern was not checked for. Anyway, I did stern. Okay. So with the T and the E, it does suggest doing a double E. It does fleet. Actually, elect is pretty good. I did elect. And then from there, the only answer was theft. Otherwise, duet with two T's or wheft. Wheft. All right. So theft was the only answer. It didn't feel like it, but I guess with very few things that could still go between the E and the T, like once I thought about F, theft popped out. So maybe that's why. All right. So this analysis suggests snort. So let's do that. Gets us the T in the end. We still go elect and then theft. So it's basically the same solve. All right, cool. Let's try tails. It's a suggested starting word. Trait. So yeah, like I said, repeat the T if you know there's a T or an E. After we have trite, we go tempt or theft. So we get a 3 or a 4. Steals can be a little different because we don't have the T placed. It goes the double E this time, evert. And then we can go inept theft. So it's a 3 or a 4, 50-50. A D is the most common starting word. With the E, we go slept, evert again, and then theft. If you don't want evert, you can go erect, which still gets you to theft right away. All right. So that's a 4. Audio. Oops. Audio. all gray, so we go trees. We just try that double E right away. And once we have that T and E placed, it's only theft. That's interesting. That might be hard to think of. But it gets in 3. Stare, very common starting word. We go for the double T and a double E with tenet. Wow, that's doubling down on that. And then it's only theft after that. So that gets in the 3. Those T's and E's double up a lot. Good thing to think about. All right, trace tries to get in 2. Unfortunately, I don't think we can justify getting in a 2 today. We go tenet again and then theft. So we get a 3. And then finally, clasp is what the official bot starts with. It's all gray, so we're going to go tired and then teeny and then theft. So it's a 4. All right, let's check the official bot, see how people are doing. All right. Oh, I'll get the screenshot later. Give me a 93 skill, 50 luck. 4 is about average, which is pretty good for starting with pizza. Stern, the most common follow-up. Stole, store, stone. Yeah, I probably should have done store instead of stern. I like to do 2 vowels in my follow-up if I can. Flute, crest, grunt, stock, turns, and toner. Toner is the suggested one, and no one did it. All right, and according to the analysis, snort was actually the best. The deeper analysis. No one did that. All right. And then elect, it liked fleet over elect, but now there's only 1 left, so it worked out well. It would do clasp, toner, time, theft. All right, time. We've got a 0.3%. That's our standard cheater rate. I don't think a lot of people are starting with theft because of the double T. 1.9%, 27%, 74.2. That's a huge jump. 94.7 and then 99.1% solve rate. People are losing on weft, theme, thelf, thui, feed, feed. This is people having THE and not thinking of theft and trying letters. All right. Let's go back to Wordle. Let's grab our screenshot. And we will check non-hard mode. See what people did there. All right, let's do it. All right, non-hard mode. About the same there. How many started with pizza? Again, 97 others. Stern, stole, store, stone. Very similar. No one did toner. And no one did snort, although someone did short. I wonder where toner is in this list. I seem to not be able to search it. Maybe that's the issue. Whatever. I'm not that into it. It does slate tighter. That's that repeated T again. Tempt, theft. All right. 0.5% starting with theft. Interesting. That's pretty high. 2%, 20.2, 61.3, 88.1, 97.1. That is that's significantly lower than the 99.1. That's 2% down. So I guess theft is just hard to think of. People using on weft, theme, feet, thui, thelf. What are these words? There. Okay. Cool. Well, how'd you do? And that's it for Wordle. If you would like to watch the New York Times games, you can click at the end of the video. It'll take you right there. I also have a pinned comment with all the games I played today. And if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.